Good morning, Owls fans, and welcome to Owls TV and John Nagel, your official Muncie volleyball broadcasters. We wait for the second round of the Warsaw Tiger Invite. Owls won the first round, defeating Lake Central Indians in two sets, 25-20, 25-20, and now we'll be facing the Saints from Bishop Dwanger. Owls will be off serve first. Beach. Outside attack. Rolls off the net, out of bounds, and the Owls score first. Beach will be back to serve again. The overpass, and Morrison makes him pay for it, and the Owls go up 2-0. And into the net, and that'll give the Saints their first point as the Owls leading 2-1 early in this first set of the second round. Ivy, it's off the block. Saints set it up. Cross court and tipped out of bounds by the Owls. And we're now tied at 2 points apiece. Swing from Morrison. Saints set it up for a back row attack. Off the block, or off the net. Ivy quickly sends it back. And tried for the easy tip, but it went into the net, and Owls get the point and retake the lead, 3-2. Nixon back to serve. Floats it over the net. Right side attack, out of bounds. And the point goes to the Owls, and now leading 4-2. Nixon serving once again. Right side attack. Off the block and rolls down the net, out of bounds, but it was last touched by the Owls, so that point goes to the Saints. Owls continue to lead by 1, 4-3. And there's an ace for Bishop Dwanger, and we're now tied at 4. Oh! Hits the net and rolls over, and that ace for the Saints, and now they take the lead, 5-4. Beach, Perry, back set to Ivy, off the block. Perry's going to set up Morrison. And net violation on Dwanger gave the point to the Owls, which is good because that swing was good, but it was out of bounds. And the Owls now tied at 5 points apiece. Morrison back to serve. And the swing from the middle goes out. And the Owls retake the lead, 6-5. Morrison serve. There's a set to the outside. And tipped out of bounds. And we're tied at 6. There's a serve from the Saints. Morrison handles it. Back set from Ivy. Off the block. Tipped over. Oh! And it's going to be knocked out of bounds by Burris. And the Saints retake the lead, 7-6. Morrison handles it. Back set to Perry. Ivy. And there it goes into the net, and that point goes to the Saints, and they retake the lead, 8-7. Perry sets up Kessler, and it's tipped, and the back row can't get to it. And the Owls are tied, 8-8. Outside attack. Oh, and that's going to be tipped. That looked like it was going out. But that point will go to the Saints. They now lead 9-8. And this has been truly a battle here in this first set, as we've had numerous lead changes and ties. Both teams seem to be very evenly matched. Nixon goes up and gets the kill. She went up with some authority. There's a serve, Bishop Dwanger diving for it. Perry's going to set up Morrison. She shanks it around the block, and it gets bounced around, and the Owls retake the lead, 10-9. It's going to be pushed over by Dwanger. Beach to Perry. Nixon again and gets 2 kills in a row, and the Owls open up a 2-point lead, 11-9. And with that, Dwanger's going to take a timeout. We'll be back shortly to continue the action. As we get ready to continue the action, Powers back to serve. The outside swing. Ooh! That's a big, powerful swing from the Saints. And they are pulled back within 1, 11-10. Owls getting set to receive the serve. Perry runs it down. Nixon from the back. Oh, and that's just too short, and that'll tie us up at 11. Beach handles it to Perry. Morrison, and it's dug up by the Saints. Cross court. Morrison digs it. Oh, and it just clips the antenna on the way over. And so that'll give the Saints the lead at 12-11. Again, we're having some scoreboard issues here. Officials walking over to get it straightened out, and it now does read the correct score at Dwanger 12, Burris 11. Powers. Perry bat sets Nixon. That's dug up by the libero. There's a quick set, and Powers gets there in time. Perry. Morrison sends it to cross court. There's the back set down the right side. Powers gets the dig. Roll shot from Morrison sends it across the court. Another back set off the right side. And this time Powers just can't get there. And the Saints go to a 2-point lead, 13-11. And we're going to take a timeout. And at this time, we're going to thank our opportunity to thank our sponsors. Want to thank Voren. They're uniquely equipped to help businesses and individuals with everyday legal matters to the complex litigation. They're located at 400 South Walnut Street in Muncie. Call them at 765-288-3651. Also want to thank Dr. Dave Chiropractic for his sponsorship of Burris Athletics. Want to also thank Texas Roadhouse with call ahead seating at 765-282-7113. They're located 200 West McGalliard. Stop in for a little bit of Texas right here in Muncie. And it's returned to the action. The Saints will be serving as the Owls trail 13-11. Morrison handles the serve. Perry back to Morrison. She sends it to the middle of the court. Ooh, there's a quick hit from the Saints. The big one, and that didn't clear the net. And that'll be 4 touches on the Saints, and the point will go to the Owls. Owls trailing 13-12. Right side, Beach. Perry gets under it, and Morrison with a big hustle play to get that ball over the net. Another right side, and lands inbounds, and the Dwangers are back to a 2-point lead. They are leading 14-12 over the Burris. Powers. The back set to Nixon off the right side. And that's going to be mishandled by the Saints back row. And that'll give a point to the Owls. They only trail by 1, 14-13. Nixon will be back to serve for the Owls. Dug up by, and they're going to call the Saints over to the line, and that point will go to the Owls, and we're now back at a tie game at 14. Nixon back to serve once again. Quick set down the middle, and that was good for the kill, and the Saints retake the lead, 15-14. Morrison, Perry, Ivy, and touched by the Saints, and that point goes to the Owls. And we're tied at 15. Again, this has been a battle between 2 very good teams, both highly ranked in 3A. It's pushed over. Morrison easily handles that. Perry Ivy on the slide. She sends it across the court. And there's another big swing from the Saints outside. And Owls just could not get there. And they go back down 1 point, 16-15. Morrison. Ivy, and that goes off the block. Saints are scrambling for it, and there's a free ball. And Perry dumps it over, faking out the block. And the Owls are back to tied at 16. There's a quick set to the outside. And that lands in bounce. And the Saints retake the lead, 17-16. The outside hitters for Dwanger have been very, very good, racking up a lot of kills against the Owls today. Beach to Perry. Kessler's running it down. Off the block, tipped out of bounds. And we're back tied. Mara Perry back to serve. She sends it to the back row. It's dumped. And catches. The Owls not ready. And they go back down 1, 18-17. Morrison, Perry. Nixon, that's bounced off the block. The outside, which has been very effective for the Saints. The Owls dig it up. Maynard sets this one over. There's a roll shot from the right side this time. And found a hole in the middle. And the Saints go up by 2, 19-17. That serve goes long, and it's going to go back to the Owls. But they trail by 1, 18-19. Back at the service line for the Owls will be Rory Powers. Oh! And that service there could be costly in this back and forth match. Every point seems to count. Owls trail by 2 now. 20-18. Powers, Perry, Morrison, and that rolls out of bounds. And the Saints open up a 3-point lead. And Coach Dodge wants to take a timeout and talk about it. And while he's talking about volleyball to the team, we'll talk about our sponsors. I want to thank Star Insurance, committed to serving the needs of our community by helping people what protects matters most, both professionally and personally. Find them at starfinancial.com or call them at 765-284-4416. O'Neill & Associates, gained from a unique, individualized custom plan using an independent perspective. With more than 15 years of dedicated personalized service, they're located at 3503 West Fox Ridge Lane in Muncie. Call them at 765-896-9553 or find them at o'neillandassociates.com. And Berry Winkle frozen yogurt with 14 different flavors of frozen yogurt and more than 50 toppings. Berry Winkle is the best place to celebrate an Owls win. They're located at 115 South Tillotson. There's a serve. Beach gets under it. Perry. Nixon down the middle. Big dig from the Saints. Be a free ball. Powers handles it. Kessler on the slide. Off the block. Saints are scrambling, but they're not going to be able to get to it, and the Owls get the point. Trailing by 2, 21-19. Owls need a little run here. Beach. There's the right side, and Powers gets it. That right side's been super effective for the Saints. That's a big, powerful swing from both their front right sides in the rotation. They're up 3 points, 22-19. Powers handles the serve. Nixon from the right side. And that lands on the Saints side of the court, and the Owls continuing to fight, only trailing by 2, 22-20. And there's an ace for the Owls, and they're back within 1. That was a costly mental error by the Saints. And this back and forth match, every point is critical, and that may hopefully keep the Owls in it here. And we're going to take a timeout. As always, remember you can find out all of the information about the broadcast at Owls TV, both on Twitter and Facebook. And for all the latest news, events, and scores about Burris Athletics, that's at Burris Athletics 1 on Twitter. That's at Burris Athletics 1. Want to thank Gaddis Chrysler Jeep Dodge for their sponsorship. They're the official sponsors of the Dodge Report, which we will have our post-tournament results. Due to the schedule, we're just going to talk to Coach Dodge at the end of the tournament about how the Owls did today. Also want to thank Central Indiana Orthopediatrics, specializing in sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation, pediatric orthopedics, and joint replacement. They're located 3600 West Bethel. Nixon will be back to serve. Owls trailing by 1, 21-22. The right side off the block, out of bounds, and that gives a 2-point lead to the Saints. Owls definitely need to stop here. Trailing by 2. Morrison. Ivy, and she gets the kill. She went up very determined to get that kill. I don't think there was going to be any stopping that ball from hitting the court. Owls are trailed by 1, 23-22. Morrison back to serve. There's the bump set. Back row attack. Off the block. Morrison digs it up. Perry runs it down. Beach. The good hustle play. It's dumped over. Owls are recovering. Maynard's going to send it across court. There's off the block. And rolls off the block on the outside of the court. And that's going to bring up set point as Dwanger leads 24-22. Short serve. Back set to Ivy. That goes off the block into the wall. And Owls are still alive. Trailing 23-24. Ivy's going to be back to serve. And that goes out of bounds. And we're tied at 24. Absolutely no surprise the way this match is going that we're going in extra points. Ivy to serve. Oh, just rolls over the net. Joust at the net. Kessler pushes it over. There's the back set from the right side. And out of bounds. And the Owls get the 25th point. Now it'll be Set point for the Owls. The dump from the center. Kessler. Oh, big swing, but it rolls off the net, and it just lands inside. And we're tied at 25. Beach. Perry diving to get that. Morrison with the free ball. That's going to set up the Saints to the right side. Ooh! Beach gets this one. Manor's going to send it over. Oh, and it just goes outside the lines. And the lead goes back to the Saints. They lead 26-25. This will be set point for Bishop Dwenger. Morrison. Kessler's going to tip it over to the block. Saints are there to cover. There's the right side block. In the block from Kessler and Manor. Right side again. Off the block. Morrison gets it. Kessler down the middle, and she gets the kill. And we're tied once again at 26. This is definitely a good match today. Perry will be back to serve. Sends it long back. And she's going to get the point, and the Owls retake the lead. 27-26. And this will be set point for the Owls. Neither team willing to give up here. There's the right side. Into the block, and it lands inbounds. And the Owls take the first set, 28-26. And we'll be back real shortly for the start of the second set. Welcome back, Owls fans, as we get ready to start the second set. Owls took the first one in a battle royale against the Fort Wayne Bishop Dwenger Saints, going to extra points, but ending up victorious 28-26 with numerous lead changes and ties throughout the whole entire match. I'm going to quickly thank some more of our sponsors, Slam Dunk Sports Marketing, a company that's dedicated to provide quality services and athletic equipment to schools while offering exclusive opportunities to advertisers and sponsors. Find them at slamdunksportsmarketing.com. McKinney Malput, law firm locations in Indianapolis and Muncie. Our attorneys are available when you need them most. Call them at 765-896-8964 or stop in at 201 North High Street, Muncie. 3D Company Incorporated. Construction and engineering solutions for a variety of problems for our customers' needs. Call them at 765-288-3326 or find them at 3D Company Inc. And we're getting ready to start the second set here. Saints will have the first serve. Morrison's going to send it up to Perry. Ivy with the kill. And the Owls strike first and go up 1-0. Nixon will be back to serve. Outside attack. Beach has got it. A dump from Perry. Catches the Saints unaware. And that point goes to the Owl. And they open up a 2-0 lead. Nixon will go back to serve. Going to give a shout out to her grandparents. Watching us in Nashville today. Appreciate them being on live, viewing us. Oh! Almost wiped out the camera. But that big swing came from the Saints, and that'll be their first point of the second match. Owls continuing to lead 2-1. There's a Saint from the serve from the Saints. Morrison's going to back, or Perry backsets Ivy, and she pushes it off the block for the point. Owls now lead 3-1. Morrison's going to be back to serve. There's the swing. Beach digs it up, and the Owls can't get there. And it's back to a 1-point lead, 3-2. And it looks like the second set's starting out just the same way first set did. It's going to be a battle. Saints back. Morrison handles it. Perry. Ivy. Saints dig it up, tipped it over, but Morrison's there to cover it. And Maynard sends it into the block, and they push it to the outside of the court. And we're now tied at 3. Morrison. Ivy. Whoa! Give the senior a hammer because she just nailed it to the court. She'll be back to serve as the Owls retake the lead, 4-3. Morrison gets the dig. Maynard into the block. Perry resets. Oh! And Owls can't get there to cover up for the out of system. And we're retied at 4. Morrison. Perry's going to run it down. Maynard again gets it around the block this time. Saints are scrambling. Is going to send a free ball. And said she slid under the net, and that'll be a point to the Owls. Now leading 5-4. Maynard with the quick hands gets it over. Tipped over. Maynard again with the quick hands. Beach is going to roll it over the net, and she gets a kill. And the Owls go up by 2, 6-4. Perry back to serve. And that's an ace, just landing inside the line. And the Owls are up 3, 7-4. Perry serve sends it to the other side of the court. There's the right side. Ooh, and that's tipped out of bounds. And that's been very effective for the Saints, is that outside attack. Saints to serve. Morrison, Perry, Kessler. Oh, into the block. Came down, and it landed on top of her. Owls leading 7-6 over Bishop Dwenger. Beach handles this serve. Set to the outside to Nixon. And the freshman gets the kill. And the Owls go back to a 2-point lead. Powers is going to come back to serve. And that sails out of bounds. And it'll go point to Bishop Dwenger. Owls get ready to receive the serve. Powers. Morrison roll shots, and that goes out of bounds. And the score says Owls 8. Now it's tied at 8. Another tie. Nixon from the middle, and she gets the kill. Beach is with the serve. Saints are scrambling. It's going to be a free ball. Oh! Luckily, Nixon was there. Roll shot from Morrison. Powers with the dig. Nixon out of the system. Morrison sends it over. Oh, and that just reaches out of reach of Perry, and that point will go to the Saints. And we're tied at 9. Morrison. Perry's going to back set Nixon. Off the block. Ooh! And mishandled. And now the Saints take the lead. 10-9. There's the serve from the Saints. Morrison. Perry sends it back to Morrison. There's the right side. Down the line. Out of bounds. And we're going to be tied at 10. And that's the 5th tie for this match. Nixon will be back to serve. And into the net. And the lead goes back over to Bishop Dwenger. 11-10. Morrison. Oh! And Perry gets it up and over, but it goes out of bounds. And now the Saints lead by 2, 12-10. Beach. Back sets Ivy off the block. Perry bumps it up. Morrison runs it over to get it over. And net violation on the Owls gives a point to the Saints. And Owls trail by 3, 10-13. And Coach Dodge is going to want to take a timeout to talk about it. If you go down to serve, bring me another one, please. Welcome back. Ivy with the swing and the kill. And the Owls now back within 2, 13-11. Mia Morrison back to serve. Saint Center runs it down. Oh, Perry there with an awesome save. Maynard sets it up. Good work there from the Owls. And that goes out of bounds. And the Owls are back within 1. 13-12. Morrison to serve once again. There's the outside. Into the block, but goes out of bounds off the Owls. Owls still trail by 2, 14-12. There's a serve from the Saints. Morrison's going to handle it. Back set to Ivy. And she gets the kill. And the Owls are back within 3, 14-13. Ivy going to serve. And that's an ace for the senior. And we're tied at 14 points apiece. Dumped over. Oh! And Dwanger gets that point, and they retake the lead, 15-14. Again, it's a battle, just like the first set that went into extra points. There's the serve. Morrison gets it. Maynard sets it up, and that's going to be tipped into the stand, and we're going to be tied once again. Mara Perry back to serve. Oh, big swing from the Dwanger middle, and that's going to give them the lead again, 16-15. And this match is setting up to be just like the first one, where both teams just completely battling back and forth. Beach handles the serve. Manor's going to set it over. Kessler gets it over, and she gets it in the middle of court and gets the kill. And we're tied once again. Rory Powers enters the lineup, and she's back at the service line. And there's a kill from the Saints. And they retake the 1-point lead, 17-16. Morrison. Oh! And the Owls couldn't run it down. And now the Saints are up to a 2-point lead, 18-16. And Nixon comes through the middle, off the block, and gets the point. Owls now trail by 1, 18-17. That'll send sophomore Helen Beach back to the line. She runs it, sends it over. There's the block. Powers. Mikhail Ivy sends it over down the middle. And that swing goes long, and we're tied once again at 18 points. Beach back to serve again. Shout out to her grandparents in Michigan watching us. There's the back set to right side. She splits the block and finds the hardwood. And Dwangers retakes the lead, 19-18. Morrison handles the serve. Perry. Ivy. That goes off the block. Saints are going to set it up down the middle. And they get the kill. And they retake the lead, or they take the lead, 20-18. Morrison once again. Mikey sends it down the line, tipped out of bounds. And the serve's going to go back to the Owls, trailing by 1. Nixon serves, goes over. And that ball goes out of bounds. Point to the Owls. And we have another tie. Tied at 20 points apiece. Into the block. And that point goes to the Owls as it didn't clear the tape. And the Owls retake the lead, 21-20. And Dwanger's going to take a timeout. We'll do a quick commercial break. I want to thank Robbins Apparel, providing parents, teachers, athletes, and corporations with a selection of custom apparel from the most respected manufacturers. Their promise is high-quality products and exceptional customer service. They have 2 locations, Noblesville and 5504 West Shoreline Terrace in Muncie. Call them at 765-282-9930. Find Normandy Flower Shop. They are a full-service flower shop, open 6 days a week, delivering across the country. They can assist you with flowers for any occasion, joyous or sorrowful. We're here to help you make someone feel good with flowers. Call them at 765-282-2263 and NormandyFlowerShop.net. Next one will be back to serve as the Owls have a 1-point lead, 21-20. There's the back set, the outside. And it lands just on the line. And that'll be another tie. Saints get ready to serve the ball to the Owls. Owls ready to receive it. Morrison. Oh, one-handed over by Perry. Ivy's there with the block. Oh, that's a double hit. And the Owls retake the lead, 22-21. Maynard re-enters the lineup for the Owls for the front row. And that'll send Morrison back to the service line. Shout out to her dad's probably watching us on a tape delay. Big swing, Beach, Maynard, oh! And they call a double hit on the Owls. And we're back tied at 22. It's the 13th tie we've had in this match. Morrison. Perry sets up Ivy. And she gets the kill. And the Owls retake the lead, 23-22. Ivy's going to go back to the line to serve, and Kessler entered in front row. Back set. Maynard going to be pushed over. Oh! And there's another slide from the Saints, and that's going to tie us up. 14th tie in this match. As the Owls are tied 23-23 with the Saints. Morrison, Perry, oh! And the Saints were there waiting for that, and that'll bring up set point for the Saints. And Coach Dodge wants a quick moment to talk to his team about it as they trail 23-24. Want to thank Culver's of Muncie, committed to crafting the world's finest fresh frozen custard, which remains the same today as when they served their very first scoop. They're located in West McGalliard in Muncie. Want to thank Tim Lannon for Senate. He's an outspoken voice on issues including economic development, education, consumer protection, health insurance, courts, and criminal justice matters. Vote for Tim Lannon for State Senate on November 6th. Owls trailing 23-24, and it's set point for the Saints, who are serving to our Owls. Waiting for the official to get back. Owls are down and ready. Morrison handles the serve. Kessler sends it to the back row. There's the outside attack. Morrison digs it up. Perry's going to send to Kessler. Tips it over to the block. There's the outside swing down the line in the back of the court. And the Saints are going to take the second set, 25-23, and lead us to a decisive third set. Welcome back, Owls fans, as we get ready to start the third set here. Owls took the first one 28-26, but then fell to the Bishop Dwenger Saints 23-25. This will be the third decisive set because we are in a tournament play today, and it is the best of 3. This set will only go to 15 points. Both teams have been very, very evenly matched with numerous ties and lead changes. No team really jumping out to any significant lead over the other. Both battling very, very hard here in this second round of the Warsaw Tiger Invite. Out there for the Owls in the starting rotation, it's kind of our normal one of Perry, Ivy, Morrison, Kessler, Powers, Nixon, and Beach is going to be our libero. She'll be coming in here short for Kessler. The referee is checking the lineups. Beach enters the lineup when she gets the okay from the down official. Dwenger one to serve, and they will be serving to the Owls. Morrison gets it. Ivy with the out of system. There's the back set. And a ball handling error on the Saints gives the Owl the first point. Morrison has done the vast majority of the work on the serve received today, receiving the vast majority of all the serves from both sets. Nixon to serve. Powers is going to send it to Perry, the slide. And bounced off a Saint, and the Owls go up 2-0. That is going to send Lauren Nixon back to serve for the Owls. And there's a point for the Owls, now leading 3-0. Saints kind of left that ball right there, and Ivy took advantage of it, pushing it down hard on the court. Nixon back to serve once again. And right down the line, but tipped out of bounds. Touching the Owls, and that'll be the Saints' first point. Owls leading 3-1. Beach handles it. Perry, Ivy. And the Saints turn it down. It'll be a free ball. Nixon's going to send it. And she'll send it over to Morrison, and that goes right into the Saints block. Their setter wasn't fooled at all. Ivy moved to the right, and Perry sent it to the left. But she was there waiting for it. Ivy, this time off the block. There's the backside slide. And that hits the back corner, and we're now tied at 3 points apiece. Saints serving to the Owls again. Morrison hit us. Oh, and that's going to go out of bounds and be an ace for Bishop Dwenger. And they take the lead, 4-3. Beach. It's going to be a free ball sent over from Ivy. There's the set, the slide, off the block, and tipped out of bounds. And now Dwenger's out to a 5-3 lead. Owls need a side out as they had jumped out to a 3-1 lead and now trail 5-3. Perry's going to back set. Ivy, and that goes into the lock. That's what you want from your senior captain when you need a point, to send her up and get that. She's been very good when the Owls need a point. Morrison's going to be back to serve. The outside, off the block. Maynard. Perry's going to get it to Ivy. She's going to tip it through the block. And Ivy with the block and the point. And we're now tied at 5 points apiece. And no surprise if you've been watching the match today. Numerous ties, and no team can really go out and take a lead. Roll shot. Oh! Nixon. Ivy. Beach. Maynard sends it over. Dumped and miscommunication there, and that point goes to the Saints. And they retake the lead 6-5. Saints serving. Roll shot. Morrison. Perry. Ivy on the slide. Goes off the block. Oh, just barely tipped over by the Saints. Ivy with the big swing, bouncing it off a Saint. Perry. Ivy again. Oh! And this time it's into the block, but the Saints push it back over. And they go up 2 points, 6-5. 7-5. Check that. Whoa, miscommunication again. Ivy's going to send it over. And they call 4 touches there. And the Saints are up to their biggest lead at 3, 8-5. And there's an ace, and Coach Dodge is going to want to take a timeout as the Owls trail by 4, 9-5 here in this decisive third set. I want to thank Texas Roadhouse with Call Ahead Seating, 765-282-7113. They have legendary food, legendary service, all with lots of legendary fun. Enjoy a little bit of Texas right here in Muncie. Star Insurance, committed to serving the needs of our communities by helping people protect what matters most, both professionally and personally. Call them at 765-284-4416 or look them up at starfinancial.com. O'Neill and Associates, with more than 15 years of dedicated personalized service, call them at 765-896-9553. And as we return, Owls need a stop here as they trail 5-9 in this decisive third set over Bishop Dwenger. Morrison handles it. Perry. Ivy. And she gets the kill. And the Owls only trail by 3 now, 9-6. Ivy's going to go back to serve. And that sailed out of bounds, and that'll give the point to the Saints, now leading 10-6. Kessler entered the front row for the Owls. Beach has got it. Kessler's going to push it over. Oh, and the quick swing from Dwenger. And they're up to a 5-point lead, 11-6. Owls are desperately needing to stop here if they hope to take this match. Beach. Perry. Back row attack from Nixon. Back row attack from the Saints. Kessler with the big swing, tipped over. Nixon gets it. Maynard into serve. Beach is with the good cover across the court and landing on the line. And now the Saints own a 6-point lead, 12-6. Looking desperate for the Owls, and Coach Dodge wants to call a timeout. We'll be back real shortly. And we're back to the action. That serve goes long, and that's a point the Owls desperately needed to stay in this set. Mara Perry's going to go back to serve as the Owls trail by 5. And there's a middle attack through the Owls block for the point. And the Owls have their backs against the wall now, trailing 7-13. Beach. Nixon. Oh, and she gets there off the block. Nixon's going to try it again, send it across court. There's the middle. Beach has got it. Perry's going to send it to the back of the court. There's a big swing. Beach gets the big dig. Perry digs it out of the net. Morrison from the back row. Tipped over. Perry. Nixon with the out of system. Kessler's going to knock it over. And that lands inbounds, and the Owls get the point. But trail by 5, 13-8, continuing the fight. And there's an ace for Powers. And the Owls have closed within 4. And Bishop DeWanger's going to win and take a timeout. And the Owls retake the court, trailing by 4, 9-13 in this decisive third set. And that one sails out of bounds, and that'll bring a match point for DeWanger as they lead 14-9. Owls are at a point where they can't have any errors now. Morrison. Perry. And Nixon down the middle gets a kill. Owls trailing by 4, 10-14. That'll send Helen Beach back to serve. There's the back set. And it lands inbounds, and the Owls are going to fall to Bishop Dwenger, 15-10. And go 1-1 so far in the Tiger Invite. Please stay tuned to the GroupMe, Twitter, or Facebook for the announcement when the Owls will play their third round. Thank you very much and appreciate you viewing.